Hi everyone, it's KIREI here for Arden Creative Studio, and I am using the really pretty Garden Chronicles collection that was designed by Katie Pertiet. Now, I particularly liked this diagonally striped pattern paper, and to be honest, I'd been pushing things around. I had a load of photos that I knew I wanted to use with this collection. I was in London to see Chelsea in Bloom, and as you know, I was with two of my scrapbooking friends, and of course, we took a load of photos. So I knew that this collection would be perfect for some of those. So I've actually printed out 16 small photos, and I have plenty of more to scrapbook. So I saw this diagonal pattern paper, and that was when I was like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut it apart and create a bit of a diagonal background. So this is where I started. So thankfully I got there because I had been pushing other papers around for ages. Anyway, so I've used the 12 by 12 paper pad for the larger piece, but I actually used the 6 by 8 paper pad for the smaller corner piece because I just wanted the stripes, and on the larger pattern paper there are a lot more of the leaves, so I went with that. Okay, so I've got my 16 photos. I've got an order. I know where they're going. And then I'm just going to mount them onto one of the purple patterned papers. Here we go, from the 12 by 12 paper pad. And I'm just going to, I print these photos on my Canon Selfie, and I do them as it's 8 up with borders, and then I cut them out individually. It'd be the way they print, it wouldn't work for me to just cut them out as like a block. So so I just have to stick them all down individually, but that's fine. Okay, so then I decided I was going to trim off the top corner, so I had a bit more white there because I like the white space. But I decided I was going to get a bit more definition, and add that purple pattern paper behind the that's diagonal stripe piece. So I've done that on the bottom corner, and then I'm just adding it onto that top piece there now. As you can see, my photos have been mounted. I mounted them on that purple as well, but I've also mounted them onto a green pattern paper with a slightly wide border. So I sort of really stuck to the sort of lilacs with the greens, and that's what I did with my photos. Actually, I picked out my photos, or any of the photos that had more purple flowers or lilac flowers in them, or bluey tones. So that's what I went with. Okay, so fiddling around here getting these on, and then once I'm happy, oh, that's right. Before, and this is pretty good, I did actually remember before sticking anything down that I was going to add some stamping detail. And this is the clear stamp set Maker Series My Flowers. And I love these like circle elements here. And I thought I'd add a little bit of stamping detail to the background. And I'm just using Distress Oxide in Dusty Concord. I'm not a big stamper or mixed media scrapbooker, but I do love how it looks when I do have a play around with it. So it's always good to, to take yourself out of your comfort zone and have a bit of a go. So so I've decided I'm going to add another piece just down under here just to balance it out. So I've got the 3, which is always a nice, the uneven number in design is good. So and then I just thought I better rub out my pencil marks. I didn't want them to show just in case. So fiddling around to get this stuck down, but I finally do. And then I can get my larger piece stuck down, which means then I can, start to add in all of the details. So, Next, after this, what do I do? Oh, I think I had my photos. I'm sure I do. I'm trying to remember what I've done, so apologies there. To be fair, I only made this layout this morning, which is, ridiculous. I can't even remember what was my next step, but hey, I've done so many things since then. Okay, so photos. Yes, I am going to add my photos. So I'm just grabbing out a sticky back foam sheet. This is what I use for all of my photos and any dimension that I want to add to a layout. I just cut it up into the shapes that I want to use, and it's brilliant. So so just playing around, making sure I'm happy, and I realized that top purple strip is actually, I haven't got enough, so I do fix that soon. So, but however, we've moved on. I decided I'd pull out the embellishment. So I have gone, I love the laser cuts. They're fabulous. So, so delicate, so pretty. And I've just pulled out, there's quite a lot of leafy elements. And then there was this one cluster of like pinky lilac-y tones. So I thought I'd bring that in. I've got some of the butterflies. And then I've got some elements as well from the in the 12 by 12 paper pad at the back. There are some die cut ephemera pieces. So I've got a few pieces from there. Here I'm fixing this strip now because I've decided that where I want my photos, it's going to have something showing. So yeah, pulling this one out and I'm going to get this one stuck in. So yeah, easily fixed. Um, and then I'm happy. There we go. Okay. So yeah, embellishment clusters in place, happy with all of that. Photos are stuck down now. And then I bring in some of the rub-on transfers as well because I've got there's some lilac-y sort of lob splashes. I thought I'd add just a little bit of that as well in the background. Just create, and this really just creates another layer. You've got your white cardstock, and then you've got your stamping, your rub-ons, and then you've got your pattern papers, and then you're adding your ephemera. So it just creates like nice dimension, which is definitely something that, I add to all of my layouts. Okay, so I've got another rub-on I will add into the top there. So just deciding where that one's going to go. And these rub-ons are fabulous. I mean, I can remember back to the early days starting off with, God, I think they were letter-set rub-on letters. Oh my goodness. These, they were so hard to get, but these ones are lovely. They go on so easily like butter. It's nice. You get lots of detail. So yeah. And then I've got the leaves here. I thought I'd add another layer in the background as well. Even though I've got the ephemera leaves, I'm going to add another layer as well to the top and the bottom to my clusters. So just get those on there and I'm just layering that up over the stamp detail. I actually end up hiding more of the stamp detail and I sort of wished I'd moved it up a little bit. Anyway, that's okay. It's completely fine. So I'm just trimming down some of the laser cuts here. I'm getting them stuck down. As you can see, I'm really just adding sort of my glue along the branches so that my leaves still layer up. They're curved and yeah, again, it's all about dimension for me. So fiddling around here with those little bits and pieces. I've got some phrases there that say on this day, living the good life, and then dreams have wings. And I'm going to add the three of them there. I fiddle around a lot, I have to say. So I do cut this bit out because honestly, there is a lot of faffing with where they're placed. Okay, they're now stuck down, which is great. Okay, so here's this beautiful pink floral sort of lilac-y flower cluster. And I thought I wanted to add some elements to both of my embellishment clusters. So I'm trimmed the top pieces off because that worked really well. And then I can use those small cut off pieces and tuck those into the bottom. Okay, so here are some more of the rub-ons. I'm just picking out another leaf cluster and I go with this one here. But I play around actually. I think I cut out another one actually while I'm, figuring it out. Yeah, here I go. I try this one as well. Now, when you use rub-ons, always keep the back transfer paper with it, even when you cut it out. I'm only going to use this one here. So the other one that I've cut off, I usually just staple them together so that the transfer, because otherwise it could stick and you'll lose some of your rub-on. Okay, so getting this piece down and then I can get my leaves and the little floral pieces stuck down. So here we go. So it's really coming together now. And I have to say, like I said at the beginning, this did take me a while to get to this point and deciding on this pattern paper, actually, I was looking at something completely different. And then I just saw this diagonal pattern paper and honestly, I just went, I think I know what I'm going to do. Okay, so in the 12 by 12 paper pad at the back, there's this whole alpha. So I've just punched out these letters here that say Chelsea. I'm adding a little piece of foam pad to the end of each one, and then they're going to tuck in under the striped paper, and then they'll just be slightly raised on the bottom edge there. So I'll just get that in. Then I'm coming back to some stamping because it had this beautiful, the word flower, but I love the font. It's so, so pretty. So flowers, it says actually, which was perfect because I called it Chelsea Flowers for my title because, yep, absolutely. There were plenty of flowers at Chelsea in bloom. Absolutely beautiful it was. Yeah, I just love going. Wendy and I go each year and have been doing it for a number of years now. And Joe came along with us this time, which was lovely. So, yeah, and then I'm just bringing in these little butterflies. I'm just saying a bit more stamping. So yeah, I'm enjoying the stamping at the moment. So yeah, definitely adding, going for it with that. And these little butterflies, I'm just figuring out where they're all going because I have to say these got moved around a lot as well. But anyway, I think I'm almost there. Now, I don't add any journaling, but I do it all off camera after I've taken all my photos, but I do add my journaling. And then just adding a few of the coordinating enamel dots. And here we go. Here is the final layout. And here are some of the close-up pics. I do hope you've enjoyed watching the process video and get some inspiration for using this beautiful collection, Garden Chronicles by Katie Pertiet. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye for now.